and wave hi if you can hear me. Got a couple of new announcements, new positions available. Hi, Anna. New positions available coming up, and we have a company contest that I get to announce. I'm pretty excited about. Can you hear? Oh, obviously you can hear me. Awesome. Okay, so let's dive in. First, let's kind of go over some of the details on what we've got available here with our company-wide. We have our over-the-road refrigerated based out of Missoula, Montana. We have our over-the-road flatbed based out of Bessemer, Alabama. And our Midwest refrigerated and Midwest reefer positions, all based out of Fort Dodge, Iowa, our corporate office. So if you're interested in any of that, I should kind of get some of the housekeeping out of the way here. If you're interested in any of these positions that you're hearing about today, then call one of our recruiters. They are on hand and ready to answer questions. You can reach them at 888-668-0698. Again, that's 888-668-0698, and you'll get directly with one of our recruiters. And if you hear of any of these positions that you like, gotta have, then apply directly online at drivedecker.com. And that'll be the full application and kind of get the ball rolling for you, wheels turning, pun intended. Awesome. Hi, Jeffrey, thanks for joining us here. Yes, let's take a look at that. Can you give me the town and city and state so that I can kind of know? Don't have the utilities to look up your zip code from here. I think we're a little long on options. Okay, perfect. So again, that's over the road refrigerated out of Missoula. Fort Dodge, Iowa has both Midwest refrigerated and flatbed, and our over the road flatbed based out of Bessemer, Alabama. So lots of opportunities for our main divisions, but we have more. So for more details on some of the more specific positions, we'll go into that in just a moment. I do want to announce that we have a new position available coming up here, and it is in a van, our van opportunity. So we do require doubles for that, but don't worry, if you don't have a doubles endorsement, we will help get that for you. So we can help you obtain that when you're here for orientation in Fort Dodge, Iowa. So hi, Jeff, how you doing? Okay, also the big announcement, I'm gonna wait till later because I'm super duper excited about that. And that's our contest. Who doesn't like a little competition? Right, good competition, all good. Okay, that being said, let's dive into some of the basics. Again, with our Fort Dodge, Iowa position that's based, or the flatbed position based out of Fort Dodge, we have a guaranteed pay. We also have, which is $13.50 a week. We also have the guaranteed home time, weekly home time, and decent miles in that one. But don't worry, even if you didn't get the miles for the week, you still get the $13.50. So make sure that you meet the minimum criteria of being available for dispatch at all time, and that you have on-time deliveries, and safety and everything is all taken into account for that $13.50, which we should be taking into account anyway. And then we also have the guaranteed pay for our Midwest refrigerated as well. That's $12.50 a week. And again, that's if you get more miles than more pay per mile adds up to be more than the $12.50. Same with the flatbed division, then you'll get the better of the two. So you can obviously make more than that. Yes, fantastic. Okay, also there's quite a bit of opportunity right now out of Fort Dodge for flatbed and for the dedicated, but those are ongoing. We've got a great customer base and we're always building, so those positions will continue to be available to you. Now we do have more specific positions available, like more dedicated. We have a Cargill that runs from, we have a hopper position that runs from Fort Dodge, Iowa to Blaire, Nebraska, and that's home nightly. And Ms. Anna just put that on there for you, but that's home nightly, and that's going to run from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and is paid 42 cents a mile. So if you are interested in getting home daily and you live in the Fort Dodge area, then definitely get a hold of one of our recruiters for that. Again, the telephone number for the recruiters is 888-668-0698, and you can apply directly at drivedecker.com. All right, So Norman, out of Illinois. Now we have a whole bunch out of Illinois. Make sure that I'm looking at the right area. I'm assuming, Norman, if you want to be more specific, city and state, I can answer your questions live for you. I can't answer them if they're zip codes, not off the top of my head at least. But for most of Illinois, I have guaranteed pay. I also have home weekly for refrigerated and flatbed. And then I also have some van positions available in certain areas. Around the Chicago area, I have a Hammond load, Hammond, Indiana, that will run in and out of East Chicago. It's 2 loads a day. So you get paid $100 for the first load, $125 for the second load. And ideally you're home daily, but there's some factors. I mean, especially this time of year where construction season, that could affect your home daily, but usually you're home daily on that one. That's flatbed. And again, it's $100 for the first load per day and $125 for the second. So, and that is our Hammond, Indiana load. Since Western PA, Wayne. All right, so out of Western Pennsylvania, we have both flatbed and refrigerated. Now my flatbed, you have a couple of options. You can run mostly within the Midwest and get home about every 12 to 14 days. You can also run out of our Southeastern division out of Bessemer and get home about 2 to 3 weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks. It is a day and a half for every 7 days you're out, so you do get some decent home time. The miles are longer in the Southeastern division than they are in the Midwestern division. The pay is the same. You're looking at 45 for experienced drivers. You're looking anywhere from 45 to 52 cents a mile in the flatbed divisions. So great miles, great opportunities. We have we have monthly bonuses that can get you up to another 4 cents a mile. And of course, we have the great pay per mile, but we also have a $5,000 sign-on bonus. You get paid on that on your 1-year anniversary. It's all in one lump sum. And we do require, as a flatbed driver, that you run a minimum of 100,000 miles for the year. And with our average miles, you won't have any problem doing that. But we do require that you have that 100,000. And then also, hiring on, you'll start at one rate, whether it be the 45, 46, 47, 48, up to 52 cents a mile. But you'll get a penny raise after 90 days in addition to that. And then we have the monthly bonuses, which can be an extra 4 cents a mile. So we're throwing incentives left and right. Definitely a great company to work for and to be able to move up and advance with, so you can see your progress really does pay off. So that is a very long answer for what we have available out of Western PA. We also have some refrigerated options out of there that will get you home about every 2 weeks. And you're looking about 43 to 50 cents a mile in that division, running based out of Fort Dodge, Iowa. So we've got that available as well. Great miles. Now, a little bit different on the sign-on bonus for that one. Still a $5,000 sign-on bonus, but we require 110,000 miles within that year. Again, all pays out in one lump sum on your 1-year anniversary, when you also get a penny per mile raise. Now, the miles in the refrigerated position do tend to be more on a weekly basis than the flatbed. I think that's pretty common in the industry, but they do tend to be more. So that 110,000 miles, again, very reachable. We do expect you to have no problem doing that as long as you are managing your time well and scheduling yourself so that you have plenty of time in the day. You'll get that every time. All right. Hey, Anthony, how you doing? Yes. Jay, if you can move to Fort Dodge, we have options. So, like I said, we have the load that's a hopper load out of Fort Dodge that runs to Blaire, Nebraska. We have the guaranteed pay refrigerated, the guaranteed pay in the flatbed, and then we have a van position as well that we're running. So those are home weekly. Now the van is going to be every 2 weeks. Rudy, there you go. Okay, we do have flatbed out of Florida. Depending on where in Florida you are, if you're up in the central to the Midwest, or central to the north of Florida, you will be looking at about 3 weeks out at a time. And it is flatbed. You'd be based out of Bessemer, Alabama. Again, very good miles, running a lot of Southeast and a lot of Midwest, even though it's coast to coast. And there's a chance that you'll go out west. I mean, you could even go up into the PA area, like I mentioned before. Most of it's going to be in the Midwest and the Southeast. North Carolina, depending on where you're at, Tommy, we have definitely have flatbed, especially along I-95. And you're looking at home every other weekend in that one. Based out of Bessemer, Alabama, and running, again, a lot of Southeast and Midwest, but coast to coast. So you might be into California, might be into Nevada, might be into PA, definitely Illinois, Ohio, Indiana area as well. But that is in the flatbed. In certain locations for North Carolina, we do have, and South Carolina, we do have a Midwestern van, which runs mostly within the Midwest. That would be 2 weeks out. If you want details on that, if you're in the specific area for it, call our recruiting department, 888-668-0698, and they will give you specifics on whether or not you're in that location. So, absolutely. Okay. Georgia refrigerated. If that's what you're asking me, Marcus, we do have refrigerated in parts of Georgia, around the Atlanta area. Basically, the northwestern part of Georgia we have refrigerated. And you'd be based out of either the Midwest, out of Fort Dodge, Iowa, or Missoula, Montana. We have both options. Do expect to be out a little bit longer if you're going to run out of the Missoula terminal. So probably about 2 to 3 weeks, where it's about 2 weeks in the Midwest division. So we do have that in certain locations. Now, if you're further south in Georgia, or even further east, we don't have available refrigerated positions. Tommy, then you've got the flatbed. Yep, you've got the flatbed option there. Let's see. Well, Brenda, where in Texas are you? Because I've got a number of different opportunities out of there. So if you are around, well, here's a big one. If you're around Dallas area, we've got some local positions that will be running a van, and we do require doubles for that. But if you don't currently have doubles, don't worry. We definitely will train for that. So we will partner with ICC and get you qualified for the doubles endorsement. Again, that's if you don't have it. If you have it, awesome. You're ahead of the game, and it's home. They're basically 12-hour shifts, and they're paid $220 per shift. It is slip seating, so I mean you're out of the truck every night anyway because you're home. But it is slip seating, and you'll basically be working opposite of another individual. And when he's done, you'll hop in, and vice versa. Keeping you busy. You're running about a 20-mile radius, I believe, in Dallas area, and you're taking from the warehouse to different distribution centers. Again, $220 per day per shift for that, and they're 12-hour shifts. And the shifts do vary, so they can be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And usually there's a little bit of wiggle room, so it could be 2 hours on either side for when you're starting, just depending on when that customer is ready and has that load ready for you. It is drop and hook, so no touch freight on that for you. Am I missing anything? Amarillo. Yes, I have over-the-road refrigerated and a Midwest refrigerated out of Amarillo. So if you, good miles, very good miles, Brenda, we can keep you busy. You're looking at over-the-road based out of Missoula, running 27 to 3,200 a week or so. A lot of west runs, so basically west of the Mississippi for the most part. It is coast to coast, but most of it's west of the Mississippi. And then you also have the Midwestern division that runs up and down the Midwest. And that one's going to get you home about every 14 to 17 days. Might be a little bit more home time in that one. Good miles again. And you could be headed out east a little bit around Georgia, maybe even to PA, maybe Baltimore, but most of that is up and down in the Midwest as well. A lot of Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Texas, Oklahoma. So great spot for us, Brenda. And pay, you're looking at between 43 and 50 cents a mile. 10 cents of that is per diem, so you're not taxed on it, but 53 to 50 cents a mile. Excuse me, 43 to 50 cents a mile. in that one. And that's just the base pay. So we have the $5,000 sign-on bonus that I discussed earlier, which pays out on your 1-year anniversary. And we have, what else? $5,000 sign-on bonus. We have monthly bonuses, which can add up to an extra 4 cents a mile. We have penny raise after 90 days. Lots of little bonuses here and there that really add up. More opportunity. Since we're talking about Texas, I might as well talk about our San Marcos position. This is another van opportunity, which requires doubles. Again, we will train if you don't already have it. And it does require doubles, and it'll run basically the state of Texas. You're home every 2 to 3 days, and that's every 2 to 3 days for a 10-hour, and then home for 2 to 3 days off every third weekend. So does that make sense? That one's out of San Marcos, running Austin, San Antonio, obviously San Marcos, Dallas, and Houston areas. So those are the areas that you'd be running in that San Marcos. All righty. Okay, so do you hire? We do, Dalton, we do hire with 8 months experience. Now, since you brought that up, if you have less than a year of experience, we will either put you with a trainer for 3 to 5 weeks, and we pay you $500 a week, or we'll do an evaluation, an extended evaluation to determine whether or not you need to go with a trainer. When you have 8 months experience, it would be an extended evaluation. So you come to Fort Dodge, Iowa, we'll have orientation, which is a week long. We pay you for orientation, pay you $800 for completing that. You'll get $400 the week of orientation, and the second $400 is direct deposited to you. You'll be done with your orientation by then and your evaluation. Now, if it is determined that you need to go with a trainer, you'll have maybe a day or so of trainer pay on top of that second $400. And that's going to be, let's see, it's $71 a day. It's $500 a week while you're with a trainer, and it breaks out to about $71 a day. But usually with 8 months experience, I usually see an extended training evaluation, and then you're running solo after that. That's the norm. But we do it just in case, make sure that we're covering all of our grounds. Experience-wise, Dalton, if you have 8 months experience and you're looking for flatbed, you're probably looking around 42 cents a mile. If you're wanting to run flatbed, excuse me. And if you're looking to run refrigerated, I think you'd be looking at 40 cents a mile. 43. Yes, okay, so I think we've got some flatbed out of there. Dalton, I'll just double check with Anna here, but I believe we have some flatbed out of there that would get you home about every 10 to 14 days, and then home for a day and a half for every 7 days you're out. So that should be in my flatbed division. You'd be based out of our Midwest. Excellent. So, all right, so we've kind of hit on some of these basics for us and some of these new opportunities. But for the brand new position that I'm going to announce, again, stay tuned for later on because I'll announce our contest and what that entails. I'm pretty excited about. Okay, but the new position is also based out of Hammond, Indiana, which, like I said, we have a flatbed position out of there that will get you home basically nightly, daily, unless construction or weather or whatever might come into it. But it's 2 loads, 100 for the first load, 125 for the second. So that's the one position that we have out of there. Now the second one, I just got over the wire here, so I am going to give you as much detail as I have for right now, and then hopefully answer any other questions for you. Remember, if any of these positions sound like what you're looking for, get a hold of one of our recruiters at 888-668-0698, or just apply online at drivedecker.com. And we will go ahead and get the wheels turning for you. I'm going to start saying that all the time. All right, so for this van position, this is also a van position. Believe it requires doubles, and that's one question that I'm still trying to get. But again, we'll train you for that. And we're hiring within about 30 miles of Hammond, Indiana for that one. It is slip seating, so no smoking in the trucks. We want to be respectful of the non-smokers as well as the smokers. So it's 5 days on, 2 days off. However, it is not necessarily Monday through Friday and then off on the weekends. It is 5 days, and it could rotate from week to week. Whether or not you are getting a full 5 days of running in, you'll still get paid for a full 5 days. So if you just run 4 days, because kind of like an on-call, if you're running just 4 days, then you'll still get the 5 days of pay. Now the pay is going to be based off experience, and it'll pay starting at $200 per day. Depending on how much experience you have, of course, it could pay up to $225 a day. All right, a couple of things. With this position, you kind of need to be fairly flexible because they're not always sure if they're going to start at 9 o'clock, if the load's going to be ready at 9 o'clock, because it is no touch freight. You're not touching any of that. You're not messing with any of it, but it could affect your start time. So you could start at 9 o'clock in the morning. You could start at 7 o'clock in the morning or 11. So have a little bit of wiggle room. And just be a little flexible with that, because it's all about being ready and having your hours of service available. Same on the opposite side. So 9 p.m. with wiggle room, 2 hours on either side of that. So we've got several different positions available for that. It is 12-hour shifts, and you're home daily for that. Again, 5 days on, 2 days off, and they can fluctuate. That's the important part, is how flexible we do ask you to be. And of course, we appreciate that. So if you have more questions on that one, you can call a recruiter at 888-668-0698. If you have any questions on it and you want them answered right now, go ahead and leave it in the comment section, and I will do my very best to answer your questions. Again, you will be running out of the Hammond, Indiana terminal, one of our terminals there. You will, however, attend orientation in Fort Dodge, Iowa, which is our corporate office. So we will take care of transportation to get you here, and of course, pay you for orientation, pay you for your time, and then get you going, get you ready to go. So yes, if you aren't familiar with our orientation, it is a week long, Monday through Friday. We pay you $800 for orientation. We split the pay between 2 weeks so that you've got money coming in constantly. Since you can't really rack up the miles that first week because you're in orientation, we make sure that we split it, and that way you don't have a gap of pay, which is obviously very handy. And then right now we've got a $100 gift card that we're giving away either Tuesday or Wednesday of orientation that you will be handed. So the $100 Visa gift card, which we all love money. So why not? All right. What else do I have? Oh, one more thing for that Hammond, Indiana load. Anybody who's interested in kind of like a swing shift that doesn't want anything very concrete but wants to be able to cover for people, we do have an option that way as well. It's still going to pay the same, either the $200 or the $225 per day based off of your experience, and it'll, have a lot of flexibility on that one. You'll be covering. It'll be more like an on-call type thing. If someone goes on vacation and whatnot, you want to make sure that load is constantly covered. Excellent. I'm trying to think. There's something else that I missed on here for that load. I don't think I missed a comment. If you do have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comment section so I can do my very best to answer it right here live. Remember, this is live, so it will repeat. It'll replay once the live is over. And we do have someone manning the comments all the time so that they can get back to you and answer them, even if it's not answered for you live. We'll still answer it for you. And you can always get a hold of a recruiter at 888-668-0698 or apply directly online at drivedecker.com. All right, so what did I miss for the dedicated? I don't think I mentioned our loads that are based out of St. Joe, Missouri, or St. Louis, St. Joe, Missouri, or Sioux City. Those both go to Chicago. So those are dedicated positions that have a $2,500 sign-on bonus. So they're both refrigerated. They're both dedicated. You're either running from St. Joe to Chicago or Sioux City to Chicago, and you're home about every other day. It pays per mile between 43 and 50 cents a mile, and they're dedicated. So they're real consistent miles. I think the St. Joe one runs about 2,800 miles a week. And I think the Sioux City one is a little bit less. I think it's around 2,400 to 2,600 a week. I'll have to double check on that one for you. But both of those do come with a $2,500 sign-on bonus that pays out within 9 months. $500 on first dispatch, and then $250 for the next 8 months. Again, that is for our refrigerated dedicated position. And thanks, Tommy. And that one is home about every other day for you. And then home on the weekends as well. We like those, right? Mm-hmm. And also for that dedicated one, now that I'm thinking about it, it does deliver into multiple locations into the Chicago area. So it's not necessarily one specific location, although the Sioux City to Chicago is dedicated. All right. And Richmond, Virginia, I don't think I mentioned that one either, so let me go ahead and give you details on that. Our Richmond, Virginia also is a doubles van position. If you don't have doubles, don't forget, we'll help you get it. But it's doubles, it's van, it's home about every other day, and then you're home on the weekends. It pays 43 to 50 cents a mile, and it runs about 23 to 2,600 miles a week. You're running really within about a 500-mile radius of Richmond. So if you're in the Richmond area, I know we get calls all the time for that area on what do you have that's local, what do you have that's dedicated. This is it. It's drop and hook, or extremely large part of it is drop and hook, about 90%. And it's weekly home time. So this weekly and every other day home time. So this is a great opportunity for that. So if you're looking for that, go ahead and give us a call, 888-668-0698. Also remember, this one does qualify for the $5,000 sign-on bonus, which pays out on your 1-year anniversary. All in one lump sum. 110,000 miles is what we require for that sign-on bonus to be paid out on your anniversary. You also get a penny per mile raise on your anniversary as well, if you weren't already aware of that. Now, with that $5,000 sign-on bonus, 110,000 miles is required, but when you're running between 23 to 2,800 miles a week, shouldn't have any issues with that, right? That's right. That's right. I answered it for myself. Okay. What am I else in? James, where is up north, James? Where are you? If you're talking about the Northwest, let's talk about that. We have a division based out of Missoula, Montana. It's our over-the-road refrigerated, and you are home about every 14 to 17 days. You do a lot of West and a lot of Midwest. So the state of Washington, most of Idaho, Northern Oregon, around Hermiston, Pendleton, Portland, those are all really good areas. Montana, our Western Division is based out of Missoula. So if you live in Montana, fantastic. We do orientation in Missoula as well. Nevada, around Reno, Las Vegas, anywhere in California from Los Angeles on I-5 up to Sacramento, really good hiring area, or really good area for our hiring. And Phoenix area is pretty darn good. Ooh, Utah, we've got Salt Lake area is fantastic. So if you're in that area, that's another good spot. Trying to think up north, if you're talking north in upper, like northern Midwest, then Minneapolis is really good for us. Chicago is great. Of course, Iowa is fantastic. If you're looking more within the north, like the Northeast, not so good. We don't have a whole lot in the Northeast. So that is, hopefully I'm answering some of your questions on where you went to the north. So your license needs to be clean for 3 years. So depending on what you have available, like what ticket you had, it may or may not affect your hiring. If you have a major moving violation, like a following too close, or 15 over ticket, speeding 15 over, or careless, reckless, something like that. A mobile phone, not using a mobile phone device, or using your mobile phone and not using a headset, those would definitely disqualify you for 3 years. So you'd have to have those tickets to be off for 3 years or gone 3 years in order for us to be able to work with those. Now, if it is a speeding ticket and it's 5 to 10 over, we can work with those within the last 3 years. So hopefully I'm answering your question, James, on those, on whether or not the clean license. I don't know what you meant by that, so I'm hoping that I answered it. Oh, Seattle, fantastic, James. So there, I eventually got around to it, but Seattle is a perfect area for us. 14 to 17 days out, 2 to 3 home. You'll go to Missoula for orientation. We'll take care of your transportation there. Get a hold of a recruiter if you want to talk about what moving violation you had, unless I already answered it for you. The number is 888-668-0698, and that way we can take care of answering that for you too, so you know whether or not we can work with it. Fantastic. All right, so do you want to know what the contest is? I wish I could do the drum roll. That's close, right? Okay, drum roll. Okay, so our contest, a couple months ago, we had the big hurrah about our 2017 Driver of the Year Awards, and it was super fun. So we got to sit down, visit with everybody. We big dinner, prizes. Loved the prizes; they were so fun, and giveaways and all that on who earned what. And then I got to sit down with Sammy and a few others of us, and we got to sit down and do testimonials. And it was a lot of fun. Now, not everybody had as much fun as we did, but they did a great job. And we thought, why not open this up to all of our Decker drivers and see what they have to say? So we're making a contest out of it. I'm super, super stoked about this. So you guys better be on this high like I am here. What we're going to do is we are going to allow you to send in a testimonial, a video testimonial. Where's my phone? All right. So a video testimonial on why you like Decker and what you appreciate about Decker and all that good stuff. So if I can figure out my phone here, I'm going to kind of walk you through what you need to do. It's a video testimonial, and really the criteria for all of this is that you need to have at least 2 questions answered. And I'll give you those questions here in just a few minutes. But anybody who submits a video testimonial will get a $15 Pilot gift card. So we'll send you out a $15 Pilot gift card. Now there are some criteria and some rules, so you gotta abide by the rules, of course. But other than that, there's simple rules. So no swearing, okay? No potty mouth, keep the profanity. So we don't need any of that. We do want either the truck in the background or you sitting in the truck, but truck has to be off. You can't have the truck running, you can't be going down the road or anything like that, which could get you in all sorts of trouble. So none of that. But we do want the truck in either the background or you sitting in the truck, and of course you in the video. So if you can see this, can you see that? Okay, so you're basically just going to push play, start record. There we go. You're going to push record. So you're going to push record, and you're going to answer a couple of these questions. I'm going to read these questions. They're simple, but I still can't remember all of them. All right, what do you like about driving for Decker? How about your home time? What do you like about the home time? Do you get good home time? How do you feel about the pay and benefits here at Decker Truck Line? What's the equipment like at Decker? And it's kind of nice that you've got a nice clean truck there in the background. Please make sure the truck is clean, by the way, when you do the video. It's always nice to see a nice clean truck. And what else? And how are you treated by your fleet managers and the office staff? So and then stop recording. You're done. Woo. No, at that point, we do like to get your input. So not only would we like to use these testimonials and put them on our Facebook and share them, and of course we're making a contest, so we'll give you more details on what the winners get. The participants get the $15 Pilot gift card, but there's more. But we do want to get some feedback from you so that we can continually improve. So if you haven't already noticed, we do hear you. We do hear what will make life better for you, what will make easier, and how we can improve. And that's why we've had all these policy changes. On June 15th, we did quite a few policy changes. We now allow pets 35 pounds or less. We do, of course, have the rider policy. We've had that. A lot of people didn't recognize that. We've got the inward-facing cameras, and we have the inward-facing camera would turn on in a critical event. Well, you don't have to worry about it because you've got a safe driving record, 120 days. We've turned that option off. We have the new Fusion system, so the lane departure device isn't so picky. I mean, we do hear you, we do listen, and we're acting on it. So I'm hoping you guys are as excited about this as I am. So this testimonial will help us to continually improve, as well as reward the winner. So we're going to actually have not just one winner, we have 3 winners for a $100 Walmart gift card, because we all use Walmart and we can always use a $100 gift card. So the winner will get a $100 Walmart gift card. Backing up, once you've finished videoing yourself, then you're going to click on the video, and then there's a share button. You see that share button? You're going to click that share button. And then you're going to send it to marketing@deckermail.com. And that way, once you've submitted it to marketing@deckermail.com, we can take a look at it and they can all be judged. And as long as they're in by August 30th, 2018, then we will go ahead and decide who the winner is for the $100 Visa gift card. Okay, $100 Walmart gift card. Now I keep saying the winner, but there's 3 winners. So all the participants that follow the rules will get $15 Pilot gift cards, and the 3 winners will get the Walmart $100 Walmart gift cards. Again, get it in by August 30th, and then we can make the announcement during our Driver Appreciation Week, which is the 9th through the 15th of September. Yes, the 9th through the 15th of September, which Driver Appreciation Week is a blast. So make sure you get in on that as well. Speaking of prizes and rewards and freebies, we all love that. Woo-hoo. That's right, $100 gift card. Are you guys as excited as I am about that? Because I kind of like that idea. I thought it was pretty cool, pretty fun. It was a lot of fun doing the testimonials. And even though we had some people that were not quite sure they wanted to answer any questions, their input was awesome. And I learned a lot about some of the individual positions. You know, it's different when you're in the driver's seat than when you're where I'm at sometimes, and I can always learn from our drivers. And I appreciate that. Appreciate the phone calls, appreciate the time that you take to visit with me and just kind of tell me how it is and what you like and maybe something we can improve on. Anyways, that is our contest that I was super jacked to tell you about, our company contest. And again, just running through the basics of that, get it submitted by August 30th. It's a video testimonial. We just ask that you don't swear, no profanity, and that the truck is in the background or you're sitting in the truck. The truck must be off. You're not driving down the road. And what else? It needs to be answer what you like best about Decker Truck Line, what you like about the equipment, how our equipment is, what you like about the home time or how your home time is, how you're treated by your fleet manager or the office personnel, and how you feel about our pay and benefits. So just a couple of questions that we want at least 2 of those answered, if you would, and then submit it to marketing@deckermail.com. And we will then do the magic in picking out who our top 3 winners are. So super exciting. I'm super excited. All right. Again, the new position that we had available was out of Hammond, Indiana. That is a van position. It is very similar to our Dallas position, and probably even more, our Dallas position where you're running doubles or the possibility of doubles. It's not always doubles. We just need to make sure that you're qualified to run doubles. And then you're home daily. Their 12-hour shifts. You are slip seated, so which is not a big deal because all your sleeping stuff is not there and all your attire, but the trucks are still really well equipped, and pays anywhere from $200 to $225 for the $200 to $225 per 12-hour shift. And we ask that you have some flexibility on there. So hopefully hopefully you have that flexibility and are listening to that. Okay. If anybody has any questions, now is a good time. I am looking at my comment section, and I think we've answered most anything right now, most anything and everything. But quick rundown, besides that Hammond position that I have, that'll get you home basically on a daily basis, that's van. I also have the Hammond position that is flatbed, and it pays per load. It's 2 loads a day, 100. Just give us a good insight of what you're seeing, from the driver's seat. We like that. All right. I'm going to let you go if I don't get any more questions. So I hope I answered everything for you guys. Again, with the Midwest, we've got flatbed, we've got refrigerated. Now we've got van opportunities just galore. So get a hold of one of our recruiters so that we can give you more details on that specific to you and your area. Midwest flatbed, we have guaranteed pay in some areas, pays $13.50 a week, home on the weekends. And the Midwest refrigerated, we pay $12.50, and that's home on the weekends. Iowa's a great area, a great state for us, and a ton of opportunities out of there. Out of here, out of there. All right, no more questions. So I'm going to let you guys go and get your testimonials in. What is it? marketing@deckermail.com. Get them in. All right. All right, you guys, you have a wonderful week. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. And that way, every time we go live and announce anything, you are notified. So you know everything before anybody else. All right, take care, you guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.